Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome to our episode of Drama Alert. Today, it's revolving Seb Knows Best. Who would have guessed? We would have guessed. So, as many of you guys may have heard, yesterday, live on stream, Seb got drunk.
Really drunk.
It happens. But he got drunk and he decided to shit talk everybody. So, JD, Papa Kubaso, and myself, we all had a pretty close relationship with Seb. Some would call us like, a group of four, a quad. And during that shit talking, he decided to shit talk Papa Kubaso as well as JD. And I guess he was taking jabs at me this week too. So with that being said, we got a bunch of messages. We found out this morning and we decided we're going to cut ties. Now, unrelated to that, during this whole debacle, we came across some other information. During the past couple of months, as many of you may know, we were doing Rust events with Seb Knows Best, Rust Clash, and we were going to do Crash and hopefully other websites. What ended up happening is we were covering these costs for the Rust server, the development, the dev, the plugins, the artwork, all that stuff. Because we were informed that we were the ones paying for that, not the websites or not the gambling websites.
Because we're asking for too much.
That's true. And come to find out throughout a random DM that we saw that apparently we were in the wrong. Rust Clash had actually sent Seb $1,500 to cover the costs of all these. And what did he do with them? He never told us about it. Ruststeak had called him out on that, saying that he was getting paid by Rust Clash. And when we asked him about it, he said that was the money for the giveaway skins. But come to find out, I guess he was also receiving giveaway skins too. So, lo and behold, we're over here covering costs, as you can see on the screen, where we're throwing in money for the website, the server, the Streamlabs, all these little things, the Rust event, the development, the plugin, and all that stuff. But it was all already paid for, which means all the money was technically going into his pocket. So not only was he scamming us, but he was also scamming Rust Clash. So the boys are here. There's some stuff
missing on that.
On
that thing, which is the admin pays for the events that Papa and I were paying for.
Yep. There's a bunch of little tiny payments and stuff like that were on here that are missing. But it's over $500+, and according to this DM between Corey and Hobbes, because Corey unfortunately didn't know about this either because he thought everything was being covered for it. This right here, all this stuff. I mean, Corey even mentioned it because we did too. $1,500. I mean, for plugins, map, all that stuff. That's what Rust Clash had sent him. But Seb never told us about that. So Seb was telling us, hey, we got to all throw in, we're all pitching in and money and all this stuff so we can host these events for the community. But meanwhile, Seb actually received money from Rust Clash that he was just pocketing and gambling away with. So, boys, I'll open it to the floor. How do you guys feel about this?
I mean, that's a low thing to do. As you mentioned before, Seb came out to our communities. I just don't want to debate why he does that, but we have a pretty clear idea why he is doing that. And at the end, when he is pretending to be a genuine guy in our DMs, in our streams, hanging around with us, he actually doing us dirty behind our backs. Like, guys, if this is what the person that knows best is doing, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, for us, we looked at Seb as a friend. That's all we
all
ever really wanted.
That's what makes it the worst part about this, is because we did look to him as a friend. We all thought that he had our best interest in mind. We had his best interest in mind, and we come to find out that it was all just a lie.
Exactly. I mean,
the more we dig into this today, the more lies came up, it's just so much you can take.
Yeah, I mean, we never essentially hung out with Seb because we wanted anything out of him. We were friends with him. We figured we were splitting up this whole event thing and these costs and all that stuff, and we were okay with that because it got to a point where we were trying to do it for the community to help each other grow and all. But when we found out that behind our back, we were the only ones actually covering this event, and he was actually pocketing this money, lying to us about it, and never actually planned on it, letting us know about it, and potentially even doing it in the future too. That's where it gets really iffy and really fucked up. We've had plenty of conversations with him. We were supposed to start a podcast with him. We did a whole bunch of stuff, and when we found this out, we changed all of that. We essentially cut him out, cut ties with him. And I know he's probably going to go out and try to post his own video saying, "Oh, they fucked me over, they scammed me, blah blah blah." We didn't do that. We had no intention of doing that. At this point, we're still technically down money. Rust Clash themselves, they weren't aware of this. They had thought the money that they had sent him was going towards those events. So Rust Clash isn't to blame. Rust Clash, even Hobbes, when we were talking to him, he was trying to make things right because he felt bad that we were getting screwed over too. But we were informing him it was never about the money for us. It was the fact that our friend, person that we considered a friend, was actually just lying straight to our faces. And he used to be the one that used to say, "Hey, beware of the snakes in the grass." Come to find out, he was one.
I just want to say that it's he also every time told us that it's not about the money, but he was the only one profiting on these events, while we were putting our money to give something to the community, to have the better contact with you guys, bring you some joy, bring you some energy, bring you something new. And at the end, I don't accept that only one person is doing something dirty behind our backs when we all give the same amount of input.
Oh, for sure. And even the balances that we received on those websites when we did host the events, none of us withdrew. Seb did. Seb on the first event or the second, I forget which event it was, but he withdrew. He had every intention of making money, but at the same time, he would always tell us, "Oh, it's not about the money, it's about the content." Yet he's using that money, he's using the money that was meant towards events, and he's potentially gambling it, buying himself stuff. I don't know what he was doing with it, because we just found out about this today. We just wanted to get ahead of the curve and just kind of get this out there so people know before he starts potentially going out there and try to smear our names. But listen, we have nothing to hide. We've done nothing negative in this community towards the community or anything like that. All we wanted to do was make a bunch of friends and grow a big community. So if he's gonna try to take us down because of that, by all means.
All we did, it always was about the community. Every single stream, every single hang around with us, it was always about the community. But we, and I think I'm talking about three of us, we will not accept doing us so dirty behind our backs. And we are not looking for attention. We are not looking for it cause any dramas. We just want you to know the truth and just know you that we also got scammed, literally, in this case.
Yeah, we want other people to be careful about obviously trusting anybody. Something like this, somebody that you trust as a friend, to be able to betray you like that, it's messed up. And it's not even about the amount of money that was taken that he just profited off of. It's just the fact that he was a friend, and a friend to do that. That's what we kind of. That's what the worst part about it is.
But yeah, I mean, we're just posting this video. One, to potentially clear our names for any future video that he potentially tries to do, where he tells us he tells you we scammed him or anything like that, because over here you have all the
more than likely coming out.
Huh? Say that again.
I said that's more than likely going to be coming out at some point.
Of course.
We could link all screenshots of whatever proof that we have, payments.
Exactly. We've been the ones sending the payments. He's been the one that's receiving the payments essentially from Rust Clash and not telling us about it. But we also wanted to potentially just raise awareness if he does try to, latch onto any other content creators, try to make something happen with other content creators. Just be wary. We're not saying he's going to scam you, but there's always a chance.
It did happen to us.
Anything else?
On this note, I think we can let you viewers
decide if you guys have any questions. If whatever, we're all open books, man. It is what it is. If you guys have any questions, you can ask us regarding the situation. There could possibly be a part 2 coming out.
That's true.
Just
depending on
depending upon how things go.
We do have more information regarding Seb, exposing Seb.
But as we said before, we are not looking to cause drama. We're just looking to end this. I don't know how to call it.
To put the facts out there. To put the facts out there and let you guys decide.
Dictatorship.
Exactly. You can choose to support him if you wish. By all means, he's a content creator. He's not scamming the community in any way, at least not to my knowledge, I should say.
Not that. But technically, on one of those things, he may have,
give or take. But at the end of the day, when it comes to this, we're just trying to just raise awareness. He's not always truthful. He will kind of do everything with an incentive that essentially a selfish incentive, I should say.
Just beware of the snakes in the grass.
That's right.
That's right.
It is what it is. That's Rust. That's gambling, and knowing that we're all Rust players, we know not to trust anybody. So
it's the number one rule of Rust. Don't trust anyone.
Don't fucking trust anyone. It is what it is.
But man. we do want to say thank you, obviously, to Rust Clash for supporting, doing the events. That I think that was awesome that they did do that 100%. For the community, and the fact that they provided so much for it, that was awesome of them.
Yeah, all the giveaways.
Like we said, we could link.
And just so you guys are aware, we didn't make this up. This is actually Seb's document. This is a podcast that you guys are probably aware of at this point because we've announced it. Top 4 podcast. It was supposed to include Seb in it. No longer is. This wasn't Seb's idea. Just like the Rust events were never Seb's idea. He just wanted to kind of take the reins and take the credits. But we had discussed this multiple times. JD was the one who announced the whole content creator Rust events and all that stuff. So a bunch of that stuff, we were all in the works with it. And this right here, this is where the numbers are coming from, the spreadsheet essentially, where the money that's been going out and all that stuff, and the way he made it look like it was coming out of his pocket, but it was actually Rust Clash's.
Yeah,
and this does not include the small payments, as we said, the
admin and stuff,
the other small things. But
yeah, so there was,
as we said, it was not about the money. We still want to provide the content. If we will be able, we still want to run the events, and we're still gonna run the podcast. Just we need to be more careful who we trust with, and
yeah.
That's all.
Like we said, just be aware of the snakes in the grass.
And remember, do not spread the hate because we are not here.
Yeah, that's not what it's about. That's not at all what it's about. It's just, again, be aware. Like we said, it's Rust. You can't trust anyone. We just want to make you guys aware of the situation. Look at the facts. Whatever you guys take from it. Because, like we said, we're anticipating that there's going to be backlash coming out for the simple fact that we have cut ties with him. That's just kind of what he does. A lot of people are afraid. Yeah, but a lot of people are afraid, and we're just
a lot of websites, a lot of content creators that are afraid of Seb. I'm not sure why. You can dox, you can do whatever it is you want to do. It just shows you're the lesser man. Just trying to have a smear campaign and shit like that. By all means, if that's how you want to be, go for it. It is what it is. We're just trying to get ahead of the curve and just say our side of the story before he potentially comes out and tries to turn things around and say that we did this and he did that, or he did nothing wrong.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
That's right.
I don't know if that's one of the is that what we're?
I don't know. Maybe. Drama alert.
Yeah. The only drama alert.
The unbiased drama alert.
Yes, unbiased.
I mean, actually, no. There is
bias.
There's bias.
Little bias.
There's bias.
Little bias.
We
did get
always
screwed
bias,
over, so
yeah. So it is what it is. But hey, we just want to at least inform you guys, inform the community, inform any potential future partners you might have. Watch out, be wary, and just make sure any sort of contract or any sort of partnership you're taking, you're at least aware of everything that's actually happening.
Yeah.
Just
talk to
afraid
the.
to ask. Don't afraid to ask.
Yeah.
Don't
That's right.
let him take the reins as we did because we
Don't let
trust him.
anyone. Don't let anyone. It's not
Yeah.
even just him. I'm just saying in
Yeah.
general. Make sure you ask your questions. You know, do your research and don't get scammed.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. That being said,
Have a good night, guys.
that's right. Have a
We
good
appreciate y'all for being here.
one. We love
Take
you
care,
people.
guys.
We make content because of you people, and we're hopefully just trying to keep the community safe and free of all the scammers and liars and backstabbers, just because we know there's plenty of them in this fucking community. We've all seen them, we've come across them, and money makes people do stupid stuff. So it is what it is.
But the beautiful thing is that we still stick together and we have our own bucks. Oh.
That's it.
I hate both of you, but yes.
Have a good night.
Okay, we love you too. We love
have a
you.
good night,
Stay
guys.
healthy and stay sexy, boys.
I'll do my
Peace.
best. Have a good one, boys.